Sadler Show. Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. I'm Mike Amos and I'm eating donut holes this morning. Compliments of the great folks out at Trojan Donut Hole. And they are delicious. Of course, the show is brought to you by Dixieland Dental, located 9 miles north of Dothan on Highway 231. Dr. Michael Precise, Dr. John Strength, Dr. Damon Strength, Dr. Robert Precise, to make up one of the largest dental clinics in Alabama. A lot going on. Frank Sadler's got a Boston butt offering, but he comes in here and it's 24 days. Gosh, it's almost a month away.
That's it.
You buy it, and of course, compliments of the Masonic Lodge, and Brundy's led by a guy named Homer Holman. Is that right?
That's right.
Is he the boss? Is he the boss?
He's one of the members.
He and Frank Sadler, they're two members, Homer Holman and Frank Sadler Jr. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, play the more. So they're $25, but they need to get one over.
And they're delicious. Are you gonna cook them, Frank? Who's gonna cook them?
Goshen Fire Department's doing them.
I tell you what, I had some wonderful camp stew last night. Some of Carter Brothers camp stew, man. And all I did was add a little bit of butter beans to it, made it even better. But it was really good, and we appreciate them. Want to say good morning to Jason this morning out at Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks right here in Troy. And of course, they've got some great deals going on out there today, and of course a tremendous selection of new and used cars and trucks from Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody. And of course, Gregory has moved his home from Columbus, Georgia to Troy, Alabama, and we appreciate him so much. And I want to mention he's got Ram trucks right now, brand new ones, for $29,698, and you can buy it with for $360 a month. You can buy a Ram 1500 crew cab, and they got it for sale for $32,238, and you can buy it for $400 per month. And all of these great deals are going on right now at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep on the bypass. Want to say hello to all my Trojan friends out there. It's the Troy Trojans of Coach Mark Smart will travel to Auburn this afternoon for a 4 o'clock game against the Auburn Tigers. Both teams undefeated. Auburn 6-0, Troy 4-0, as they go into a big game that, of course, that game later will be moved to Troy later on in the spring. And but right now it's Troy and Auburn. Troy has a big weekend schedule. They're going to Florida State for a 3-game series starting on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you don't get any bigger than Florida State when it comes to college baseball. And so back-to-back big games for Troy. Auburn tonight, and the Florida State Seminoles in Tallahassee, and that is scheduled for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Not a long trip, no further to Tallahassee than it is to Birmingham, and not a bad ride at all. Go to Dothan, get on I-10 East, and you'll be in Tallahassee before you know it. Of course, Charles Henderson's girls basketball has a big game this afternoon. After tearing Eufaula up 58-37, Mari Davenport's team is getting ready now for a big game against Mobile, and we'll be bringing that up closer to game time this afternoon. And of course, that is a 4 o'clock start from the Civic Center in Dothan. Davenport coming off of a 30-point, 25 rebound night against Eufaula, and they said she blocked 7 shots, and they said that she was just dominant. She's just a junior. She's 6'4", and is an outstanding player. And we'll be talking more about that. Of course, some other games. Dothan claimed an opening day win over Daleville in baseball. McGuire Stanley, the pitcher for Goshen, and the Eagles knocked off the Warhawks 20-5. So, Goshen and Coach Robbie Kinsall have off to a real good start. The Troy game today is at 4 o'clock, and they're going to have some of the Troy people will be in to our show in just a few minutes, but and talk more about it. But it is going to be a very nice setting at Plainsman Park, and of course later on tonight is Alabama and Auburn in basketball. So if you're lucky enough to have tickets to both of them, you're in for quite a treat today. But of course, Troy coming off of a very good weekend over with 4 wins over UT Martin. Matt Sanders, the Troy shortstop, really had a great weekend. He was 8 for 16 with 3 home runs, 8 runs scored, 6 runs batted in. Sanders leads the country in home runs and runs scored, while racking up in the top 8 in runs per game. So congratulations to Matt Sanders. And newcomer Cole Prendergast and veterans Joey Dennison, Brandon Lockridge, and Brody Bender all aided Troy with home runs. So they're off to a good start, and hopefully they can continue with a good start with that big game at Auburn. Great opportunity to take the kids to Auburn and knock around a little over there and go see that outstanding baseball game. And it always is good. It's a beautiful place to play, and really enjoy it. Pate Harrison, ladies and gentlemen, is the new Elba coach. So, of course, the Dale County coach, Pate Harrison, I've known him for years. He is now the new head football coach at Elba High School, and congratulations. Of course, Pate did a great job at Dale County High School for several years. In fact, he had a team 2 years ago that was the number 2 rated team in the country after the playoffs. They lost in the playoffs to Madison Academy, but that was an excellent team. And then Pate had an off year 2 years ago, but then came back and had a real good season last year, and was expecting another good football team. And but I guess this opportunity to be the head coach at Elba. Of course, Coach Ed Rigby is the new head football coach at Eufaula. So a few coaching changes, and we'll be bringing you abreast of some of the things. In fact, we'll call Pate in a few moments and find out what his plans are. I'm sure he'll be heading down there and get the Tigers going in an off-season program, and then we'll be ready for the spring. And of course, it is, if you're going to make a coaching change, it's a good time to do it when you've got all those things that you can still put together, your off-season program and your spring football program. So it's going to be a lot of involvement. Of course, Elba, a great football town, and I tell you, I think they hired a very good man in Pate Harrison. We've got a guest coming in here. Kyle is with us today, and we'll be talking about some things going on at Troy University this weekend and starting today. And we'll be right back with more of Today in L.A. Come on up here. How you doing, Kyle?
How you doing?
Doing real good. Did you just get here?
Yes, sir.
I got you a donut hole.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Donut.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas District.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
Back to our show, Kyle George has joined us with, of course, Kyle with Troy University and promotions going on, and because of not only a big baseball game at Auburn tonight, but a huge basketball game tomorrow night, Thursday night, right here at the Trojan Arena. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you as well. Thanks for having
me.
Mike
Amos just called in, and he's on the line from Birmingham. Everything going good up there?
Yeah, man. It's it's time to wear shorts and put up all the warm clothing and just get ready for summer. It looks like.
Well, I still have sweaters I haven't worn yet, Mike.
I tell you what, I know it's late February, but man, I wasn't expecting this. Of course, baseball started everywhere, and softball started everywhere in state yesterday. Charles Henderson will play today as well, won't they, Dad? They have a chance for the Final Four.
Oh yeah, the girls play in Dothan today at 4:00, and I tell you what, if somebody beats them, they are awfully good, because this is a very good Charles Henderson basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those type things where they were up by 4 with a minute left in the championship game last year to win the 5A championship, and ended up getting beat. I'm sure Denise will find a way to get them ready today, and hopefully they'll get back to the Final Four and have a chance to win it all.
Well, the big kid, River Baldwin, that's her name, 6'5", she's from Pleasant Home, but it wasn't enough. Pleasant Home loses to, because she fouled out with 2:50 left to go in the game. They lose to Linden, 38-36. So that's a big basketball player right there, isn't it?
It is.
Mike, you'll get a kick out of this. Pate Harrison is the new head football coach at Elba.
Wow.
And of course,
that is a big surprise there.
Well, to me, Elba's an excellent program, Mike. So is Del
County. Elba's a great program. Don't get me wrong, but you're moving from a 3A school to a 1A school. You don't see that much.
Well, that's right, and of course, hey, money talks. No, I don't know what the situation was, but
their facilities are tremendous there. I mean, it's great athletes. I mean,
great atmosphere. The community loves football.
Yeah, I mean, he could turn that into a powerhouse down there. I mean, they won state championship 2 years ago, but I mean, at 1A, they ought to be right there with the Maplesvilles and the Brantleys. So,
yeah, they will be.
It's going to be interesting to see, but that Del County job's a good job for somebody to have as well.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be something if Robbie Jordan left Elba and went to Dale County, Robbie'd be a good coach, wouldn't he?
Yeah, Rodney Jordan would be a good coach. I mean, he might be going with Coach Rigby to Eufaula, so who knows?
Yeah, well, I'm sure Coach Rigby would love to have him, no question about it. And of course, there's
we'll have to get in touch with Pate. I'm sure you go way back with Pate. You do the Elvis Coaches Show.
That's
so
right.
Pate can start doing the Coaches Show.
Well, and he will, and of course, he's an old fraternity brother, and he's a great guy. And I tell you what, that team he had at Dale County was about as good as you could find anywhere. He beat Charles Henderson like a drum, didn't he?
Yeah, well, Henderson was unstoppable in that game. He rushed for 350 yards.
Yeah, no question. He's pretty good, wasn't he? Malzahn came to that game looking at him, and it came a huge lightning and thunderstorm, and they held up the game 30 minutes. Hey, he didn't even go anywhere. He stood out there and talked the whole time.
Yeah, Kyle, we're talking about Jamaris Henderson in high school, who plays running back at Troy now.
Right.
How phenomenal he was in high school at Dale County.
Of course, he holds the state rushing record with 3,600 yards, and Pate coached that young man, so I'm sure there's going to be some Elba guys that are going to get to tote the pigskin a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Jamaris Henderson's looking at the spring here for Troy. When is Troy T-Day, by the way? Do you know that?
T-Day will be Saturday, April 21st.
Mike, we got the guy to tell us, April 21st on a Saturday. And, of course, it's also Hall of Fame weekend,
Correct.
too.
That'll be Hall of Fame weekend
so,
as well.
We're excited about it. Kyle George is with us today, and
your hats are ready, Dad. The Archer Boy hat.
Okay, I'm excited. Everybody's gonna be jealous and gonna want one of these hats. I like the white hat with the Trojan T.
Right.
You've seen it before,
yes,
haven't you? And of course, Caleb Ross, Mike. Have you ever heard of that name?
He was at Opelika, now he's back at Prattville.
He was the head coach at Opelika last year and went 9-4. He is now the new Prattville job coach. Now, the rest of the story. Who has a better program, Opelika or Prattville? Would you leave Opelika to go to Prattville?
Well, Prattville won tons of state championships under Bill Clark, who's the UAB coach, and of course, Jamie DeBose, who is now at Central Phoenix City, and their program's kind of struggled the last few years. But, I mean, Opelika has really never been able to win the state championship, so I don't know. I think Prattville probably overall is still the best program out of those two.
Of course, one of the great coaches at Opelika is now at Troy, Ben Blackman, and you even know Ben, don't you? So for Brian, I get Brian. Ben is coaching.
Spanish forward.
Yeah, Spanish forward. I get it mixed up. But Brian Blackman, former Opelika head football coach, is now the defensive or the offensive ends coach at Troy, and we're glad to have him here. Of course,
Coach Brown. I think that was a good move to get Brian Blackman on staff. He was an offensive analyst at Auburn last year, and this is his first head coaching, or not head coaching, but college position. So I'm excited to see how that works out for him at Troy.
No question about it. Troy has hired a new coach. Do you know that?
Yes, sir. He's recently came here from Jacksonville State. I haven't had a chance to meet him personally, but as a former defensive coordinator there, he's going to be taking over as a linebackers coach.
Well, isn't that something? And that's great, and we'll look forward to seeing him around Troy, and I imagine we'll probably get to see him some this weekend. Big weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and of course it starts tonight at Auburn, and they're going to have a sort of a area there for Troy people and get food, sandwiches, and so forth, and enjoy a good game starting at 4 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Game starts at 4 o'clock. We'll have the social from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So it's going to be with members of the Alumni Association as well as the athletic department. And so what this will be is we're going to have some Nuke sandwiches, platters up there, so everybody gets a chance to come by. Yeah. Free food, get a chance to interact with all the fans up there.
All right, now let me ask you something personal. What is a Nuke sandwich?
So Nuke's the restaurant. They got some good. They got some good food there for sure. We're excited.
Nuke's is a sandwiches and soups, salads. You've been to Nuke's West Fort.
Exactly. Does Michael D still have that restaurant over there too?
Yeah, I think he still has ownership in Uncle Mattio's Pizza Place.
Have you ever eaten there?
I've not been there.
Kansas.
Is Uncle Matteo's a chain, or is it just at Auburn?
Uncle Matteo's is a chain.
And
they got one down on.
It's a pizza place.
Birmingham.
What makes it different than any other pizza place?
I mean, it's one of those where you just go and make your individual pizza. You stand in line. It's kind of like a Subway, but it's for pizza. You have your fresh toppings, and you kind of build it as you go. So
for those of you out there that don't, what now?
It's not a bad place. Nuke's Eatery, though, would be a place I would love to see in Troy one day. I think that'd be great for college town. When I worked at the University of Alabama, we had a Nuke's right there off University, and I'd walk over to Nuke's all the time and eat lunch. It's really good.
So it's if Kyle likes it, I like it, man. I tell you, he's the connoisseur.
Now, if they had a Sisters everywhere in Tuscaloosa, Auburn, and across the state, that would be the most popular restaurant.
Yeah, in fact, Kyle's mama calls him up every day and says, "Have you eaten your vegetables today?" That's what your mama says. I want vegetables. I want vegetables. So we end up at Sisters, and of course, a great place to eat. One of our sponsors. In fact, we've got the John Archer group come back, and every year that they come back, we have a big feed out at Sisters on Friday night. And that's the plan again this weekend. And
are they still doing seafood buffet on Friday
night? They don't have the buffet, but they have seafood on the buffet. It's not a complete seafood buffet, and they're going to fry me some shrimp and fry me some oysters to add to the buffet.
That sounds good.
It's going to be real good and everything. Well, tell us.
I wonder who Troy's pitching tomorrow night against Auburn, or tonight against Auburn.
I believe we have, I think CJ's on the mound. I think, what's CJ's last name now? I'm drawing a blank. One of our new pitchers.
Yeah.
He threw over the weekend, put him on a pitch count so they can save him up for this Wednesday night game as well, too. So he looked pretty good against UT Martin. They got a chance to go up against a really good lineup tonight, though, against Auburn.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, I like the fact that Coach Smart wants to win the ball game. A lot of these midweek games, and people say, "Oh gosh, why is he pitching that guy?" Why? Well, so far we're not into the conference games, and I don't think it matters as much now. But when conference season starts, where you're playing conference games every weekend, you don't want to waste pitching on your midweek games. Isn't that right?
Certainly, and we got a challenging schedule to begin the season as well too. You look at playing Auburn tonight. They were in a regional last year against Florida State. Speaking of Florida State, we played them this upcoming weekend down in Tallahassee as well. And then we have Tennessee Tech coming here the following weekend, who was also in that same Tallahassee regional last year.
Isn't that amazing?
Some really good teams early on in the schedule. Going to get a chance to really find out how deep this team is for us.
Exactly. You look like a baseball player. Did you play baseball?
Didn't play baseball, but I love being around the sport.
You're 6'3", 6'4".
Yes, sir, about 6'3", but I'm not a baseball player.
And what high
basketball.
school did you go to in Birmingham?
Hoover High School.
Hoover High School. And listen to this. They've got a girls' basketball team that is 28-1.
Wow. Glad to hear doing well.
Yeah, would you love to see Charles Henderson play Hoover? You're familiar with Charles Henderson's basketball team?
Absolutely.
The girl that's 6'4", she scored 30 points, got 25 rebounds, and blocked 7 shots the other night in a big win over Eufaula. And they play for the right to go to Birmingham, which is a big thing, if they can win today. And they're playing a team out of Mobile, Mike.
They're playing, you got to have faith.
You got to have faith. Is that right? Faith Academy out of Mobile, which is always good.
You know what that means? That means they can recruit their point guard, they can recruit their forward, they can recruit their center. They can recruit everybody at a school like that.
Yeah, no question about it. And
so you don't have to recruit when you go to Hoover. Hoover's like a small college.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course, we're excited about this weekend, and of course on Thursday.
I'm really excited to see how this team turns around after one of the worst performances of the year against Appalachian State. I know Bernardo showed up, but that was about it. And they're gonna have to have everybody scoring come tomorrow night with Lafayette. By far the best team in the conference coming into Troy. I mean, Person's going to have to show up. He's been under double digits the past 2 games. Bernardo, he's going to just keep on doing what he's doing. But Hicks scores 0 points against Appalachian State, which I'm still shocked by that. So Troy's going to have all their have any chance to win Thursday night.
But this is the setting where this is a great turnaround game. If they could win this game, think of the confidence they'll have the rest of the season, and then
they had won 4 in a row. That was what's so shocking. I mean, when I turned on, I've got ESPN3, so I was able to watch it on my Amazon Fire Stick, and I turned it on, and they were down by 22. I was absolutely in shock. I could not believe that they were down that many points on the road.
What do you think?
You know, it was a tough loss for us, obviously, and same thing for women's basketball. The game before that, they dropped a tough game as well too.
Did the women lose too? I didn't know
not
that.
to App State, but they lost to Coastal Carolina.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah.
But for both those teams, you look overall, they've been hot here recently. Women's basketball's won 7 of the last 8. Outside of that one game they dropped, as you mentioned about men's basketball too, they're on a 4-game winning streak, and that's 4 out of the last 5. Definitely need to turn around though when it comes to being in Trojan Arena this Thursday night. Louisiana comes in as one of the best teams on both the men's and women's sides. The men's team obviously is top in the conference, and the women are just a few spots behind there as well too. So for both of our teams, these are some key games here for us down the stretch. Last 2 games for us in Trojan Arena as well, so we really need all of our fans showing up. And with that too, we're throwing a bunch of promotions at this as well. We want to make sure we had Trojan Arena packed out, have that home court advantage for both our men's and women's basketball teams. So for both Thursday and Saturday, we have free admission for all kids ages 12 and under.
Wonderful.
And $5 general admission tickets. So for $5, you can bring the kids along there with you as well. So you can't beat that deal. We've also got concession stand deals as well too, with $2 concession items taking place both Thursday and Saturday as well too.
Oh, that's going to be great. And look, I tell you what, if you've never, a lot of you out there have never been to Trojan Arena, the trip to Trojan Arena is worth the price of admission. It is a beautiful sight. But these are going to be 2 outstanding basketball games. And now, is Lafayette, Mike, are they in the top 25?
No, they're not in the top 25. I mean, the Sun Belt's a one-bid league. I mean, it's just like you're dealing with Conference USA. I mean, where UAB plays, that's a one-bid league. It's just, never going to be more than that. So, I mean, basically, it comes down to how you play in that tournament. Troy proved it last year. I mean, Troy came in hot and won the tournament. And, next thing you know, you're playing Duke.
Yeah.
Up in Greenville, South Carolina. We went to that game. But I think this is a game mentally Troy needs to win there. If you beat the best team in the league from here on out, you can win it all. So I think if they can win this game, beat La Monroe, they get to 15 and 14. They're going to be over 500 in conference play. Going into a brutal end of the season. I don't know who does the schedule for Troy when you end the season at Georgia State and at Georgia Southern. I mean, 2 of the best teams in the league. That's going to be really, really tough.
Yeah, it's a tough way to close out the season, obviously, for both men's and women's teams, because both those teams are fantastic programs.
But I tell you, if you look at this Troy team, and we said before at the beginning of the year,
this Troy team is
this team's talented.
Absolutely,
no question about that.
And then of course how important chemistry is. You saw some of the great Sanford teams, Mike. How many times did you ever go into a game with Sanford and you say, "Oh gosh, we ought to cream those guys"? Then they start running that offense. And they just ate you alive by shooting the lights out. You remember that?
Yeah, all of them to shoot the 3.
And you saw some old Sanford teams play.
The old Princeton offense that just wore teams down.
The old Princeton offense.
I saw them going to Tuscaloosa one night and beat Alabama by 15 points.
What, Sanford?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Of course, where's he now? Is he still in coaching?
So Jimmy Tillett's he's retired now, and they have Scott Padgett's the head coach now at Sanford, former player in Kentucky.
Kentucky guy, yeah. Is he doing a good job with
He's done a very good job there. They've had a strong program these past few years, and I believe they're close to 20 wins again this year.
The reason I said that, Tillett and Don Maestri at Troy were real good friends. They grew up with each other. You know
really?
that?
Did not realize that part.
Yeah. And the other guy, Mike, there was another
guy.
Birmingham
Southern was good friends with him too, Dwayne Rebo.
Yeah, Rebo, the great coach.
I actually grew up going to his basketball camps as a kid.
Yeah. Let me tell you, might have been the best basketball coach to ever coach in Alabama if you look at his records at Birmingham Southern.
The craziest thing that ever happened in Birmingham Southern, they went Division I.
Oh, I know
it.
Decided
they didn't want to do it and went back to Division
It would have been huge for Birmingham if they would have stayed Division I.
It was. It's a great school there, obviously. It still is a great school. But moving back to Division III, obviously, put athletics on the back burner. It was a tough.
And they had a name.
And they lost their great baseball coach, Shoup, too. Shoup ended up going to UAB after that.
Yeah, and he's on Troy. Boy, he's an outstanding coach, no question. Now you know, it didn't happen. AD back then was string music, wasn't it?
He's still there, yeah. Joe Dean Jr.
Yeah, Joe Dean Jr. String music.
Yes, sir.
His daddy, of course, Joe Dean was a long time SEC commentator, and of course Joe Dean.
Yeah, you know, when Troy used to be in the same conference as Sanford, I think it was either the Atlantic Sun or the TAC. It might have been the Trans-American Conference back then. When they were in that. Now Sanford now is in the Southern Conference, which is a really good conference.
Yeah, really is. No question. Very good schools in that conference. Davidson's in that conference, isn't it?
They recently moved to the Colonial, to the CAA.
So Davidson and Sanford a lot alike in basketball.
They're very similar, yeah. Well, except for the fact they had Stephen Curry. That was a big difference there.
How in the world did Davidson, which is about the size of a Huntington up the road here, how did they get a player like that?
I think he just wanted to go to a small school. Yeah. He, you know, his dad played at Virginia Tech, so a lot of people thought he was going to go to Virginia Tech. His brother started out at Liberty, and he ended up transferring to Duke.
Yeah. Of course, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Alabama and Auburn going at it, and that should be a good one. And you brought me my ticket. Is that right?
I tried to see if I can get you one. There, they're sold out for that game.
You know, man, you talking about Auburn? They've gone crazy over their basketball.
They have.
Somebody told me that some people were selling tickets as much as $300. Have you heard that, Mike?
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, of course it's going to be a hard ticket to sell, but I was just.
Your son-in-law's going on the court.
Well.
Too hard, apparently.
My son-in-law's sitting on the court, but he happens to know a rich lawyer from Birmingham.
Yeah, you know the right people. You can get a ticket to that game.
Yeah, the reason I said that is not.
I'll be honest with you. If I was an Alabama fan, I wouldn't want to go to that game tonight. I think Alabama probably get beat by 10, 12 points.
And something else that is not very rosy for an Alabama fan is they turned the trophy over to Auburn. Alabama's SGA officer had to sing "Yay Alabama."
Auburn fight song.
In the Auburn fight song. You familiar with that? Aren't you?
I am familiar with that.
And of course, but what I'm saying, if I was going to be there for the baseball game, I just so happened to walk across the street to the basketball game, and I might just listen to it coming home. What I'll probably do. But my concern is Troy, and this game this Thursday night against Lafayette. You beat Lafayette, you can win the tournament. That means they can say to themselves that, well, we just beat the best team in the tournament. No reason why we can't just turn around and do what we did last year.
Right. As Mike was saying earlier, it's all about the momentum you get at the end of the season. You got to be able to close strong because in our league, you know, a lot of times it is going to be a one-bid league, so you want to make sure that you're the hot team at the right time towards this end of the tournament time period for us. So last year, you know, we went on a 10-game winning streak from the men's side, last 6 regular season games to win, and then the 4 tournament games as well too. So all it takes is just getting all the guys clicking at the same time, and get a great opportunity tomorrow night to do that.
And then again, remember, 12 and under kids get in free, which is a great deal, and they're going to have food discounts and a lot of other things going on.
I still don't understand what's the Sun Belt's policy on the 4:15 games on Saturday. Why did they start that a few years ago? I've never been a huge fan of that. I always like a night game, like 7 o'clock game.
It's a little more the travel concerns, I believe, from what I understand, with them trying to get the student athletes back to their schools earlier. At least that's been kind of the general notion we've received from the Sun Belt, is trying to help out with overall travel for the players and student athletes.
And of course,
when Troy left Appalachian State, I assume they bust.
Actually, they flew back from that one, so they caught a flight. They caught a flight for that one.
And flew through all those mountains.
Yes, sir.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, a lot going on at Troy University, and of course, you're in your second year. In fact, almost a year ago today.
Pretty much around this time last year, that was starting here at Troy.
Troy was tearing it up basketball, and most men and women's, and you know, hopefully they can do it again. There's no question in my mind that if they play together and can get on a hot streak, Troy can do exactly the same thing with their men's program. I don't know if the girls are as good as they were last year.
They got a pretty decent record, though.
We got a good record. We're not probably as deep as last year. There's
Yeah.
a lot of seniors on that team last year for Coach Rigby's team. But you look at this roster this year, the young players are really stepping up right now, which is what you got to have towards the end of the season.
They got a Robertson kid that's real good. Is that right?
Kayla Robinson was a 3-time in a row Sun Belt Player of the Week.
That's amazing.
As a true sophomore for us, she was one that really had to step up in the time of need for us. You're seeing we have we have 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen in the starting lineup on most nights with 1 senior. And most of your rotation players are either freshmen or sophomores as well.
Isn't it great to have a promoter that promotes your program that knows the program like he knows? And of course, you came in here from Southern Miss. Of course, a great program in my opinion.
So I saw where Southern Miss swept Mississippi State in baseball over the weekend. Went 3-0 against Mississippi State.
Did they really?
They did a big series for them, and it's been a long time coming for that baseball program at Southern Miss. Coach Scott Berry has really been building that program back up. There's a stretch of run where Southern Miss was dominating Conference USA. I think they've reestablished themselves in that conference. Had a big win against South Alabama last night as well too.
Yeah, that was big.
They were nationally ranked teams there last night as well. So Southern Miss is definitely going to be a great team again this year in baseball.
Well, what is Porky doing now?
Old Corky, he's still around there. Love Coach Palmer. He's
he was a great coach there for a long time.
Absolutely, he's the one that really established that excellence standard there at Southern Miss and took him to the College World Series in 2009. But he's still part of the program.
He wasn't that old though. How old was Corky?
Corky's not too terribly old. He's probably in his late 60s at this point now.
That's what I thought.
But sometimes the wife wins out and tells you to retire. Yeah. That's what happened for Coach Palmer there.
I know it's some great baseball.
Same thing happened with Bauer. Bauer wasn't that old.
Yeah.
Right. Bauer wasn't too old. He's another one that, again, the good thing about Southern Miss there is you had those folks that stay around the program. Same thing here at Troy. You had those folks that stick around a part of the program for us. Like when you look at the voice of Troy for us, we have Barry McKnight, but you still have Ralph Black around all the time with us as well. So it's always good to have those living legends sticking around with you.
Yeah.
Such as you, Mike.
If you want to call Ralph Black a legend, I don't know. But, no, I'm just joking. He's a good friend.
Barry McKnight, I don't understand how that works now. When he does the ESPN 3 with some guy named Doug Branson, who does the actual radio for Troy now?
So
when he's doing those ESPN 3 games.
During the ESPN 3
Doug
broadcast.
Amos, Mike.
Jerry Miller. Jerry Miller.
So Jerry does it with Doug Amos? Is that who?
Correct. Correct.
And Doug Amos is a good addition to that program. He'd been around broadcasting in Montgomery for years, household word. Of course, I'm the famous Amos, and he's just but of course he's got to be related to me on down the line somewhere. But he
does a really good show with Charlie Trotman every day in Montgomery.
Yeah, that's right. Well known and does a great job. So
I was just wondering how that worked. Does Barry prefer doing TV over radio?
I wouldn't necessarily say prefers. Barry loves doing radio, but he's also one that helps us out in a variety of roles.
You got to be more partial when you do the ESPN 3 because basically you can't be a fan of either team, can you?
You have to be a little bit. You try to be unbiased, but they can slant a little bit towards the home school somewhat. Barry's good about making sure he can still get our things in there for us without overstepping the line. Yeah. So he does a really good job in terms of the E3 broadcast. But I think he obviously would prefer to be on the radio, but more often than not, that's what he loves, getting a chance to actually be a part of our broadcast and be part of the game for us.
A guy like me who's a big Troy fan who would normally go to games and travel to football games. My wife and I have had 2 small kids. We've got a 17-month-old actually an 18-month-old now and a 4-month-old. But, having this ESPN 3 opportunity for football and basketball has been really, really great.
I've had a lot of people say that.
Games.
It has been. It's really been great exposure for us because, with you being in Birmingham, you're not going to be able to make a Thursday night basketball game most of the time. You might be able to make it for a Saturday, but the Thursday games are tough to travel for. So having that E3 really helps us to expand the Troy brand beyond just our fan base as well.
How do you get ESPN3?
We get ours through our Amazon Fire Stick.
How do you get yours?
We have a Sling TV as well, where we can pick up our ESPN3 games.
Steve's up in the box. I should be getting ESPN3 on my TV.
Well, and you can watch it on a computer as well, too.
You get ESPN3 through Troy Cable. You can watch it on your computer.
Okay, but you get it through Troy Cable?
Mm-hmm. As long as you have a subscription to a cable provider that has ESPN, you're able to use that through your internet streaming options, whether that's through,
I got you.
Like you're saying about Fire TV, or if it's through the internet. That's where
you
get a lot of different options for fans that depending on what they have, they can actually
I know
watch
I
the
watched it
games.
at the beach not too long ago. Was able to hook on down there, and of course, there's something you can go and buy at. I think you can get them at Walmart. Isn't there some kind of connection you can get?
Yes, sir. If you're using the computer, you could actually use an HDMI cable to plug into your TV as well too, to actually stream it from your computer onto your TV.
Okay, now I know. But it's going to be a big week, and of course we're excited about these two basketball games. And again, remember, kids 12 and under get in free, and there's going to be all kinds of good deals going on at the concession stand. And did we hit on it? Of course, we got baseball this weekend, and if I'm bringing in the Archer group as we do every year, and we're looking forward to it. We've got a big group coming in on Friday and Saturday. Those guys that played for the legendary John Archer. But if not, I would be in. I would catch at least this, one or two of those games at Tallahassee.
That's a big series for the baseball program, being down in Tallahassee. And it's also interesting because this weekend we have 3 of our men's teams are going to be in Tallahassee. We have baseball's in action against Florida State. Our men's golf program is in the Seminole Classic as well too down there. And then men's tennis is playing down there against FAMU as well as Stetson, but they're in Tallahassee for those games. So kind of unique that you have 3 of your programs all in the same location this upcoming weekend.
Now,
how's that work for an athletic department? Who stays in Troy and who goes to Tallahassee?
Well, we'll have a lot of our staff in Troy with a softball tournament and men's and women's basketball games. It's a big weekend here for us here in Troy. But I know we'll have some of our staff, especially on Sunday, trying to sneak on down to Tallahassee real quick, get a chance to cheer on the guys that are down there. I know Jeremy McClain, our director of athletics, he's planning to make the trip down Sunday. He's got to be here, obviously, for our first games here, for the home games. But it's always great when you get a chance to go on the road and support your student athletes.
No question.
Well.
And it's much more than a 2-hour drive to Tallahassee.
It's not a bad trip at all, so it's not too bad.
2.5 hours,
yeah. Exactly. Want to mention this, we talk about all these sports, but a lot of people don't realize that we have a brand new track, a new surface at the Jesse Hall College track right here in Troy. And now, are we going to have any kind of track meets locally?
We're not going to be hosting any meets this year. They're just now wrapping up indoor season. Actually, the indoor track and field team's currently in Birmingham today.
Okay. Man, I'm glad you keep up with things, man.
Well, we actually had one of our student athletes. She actually won the shot put. She's the conference
She's really
champion.
good, isn't she?
Very good. She had a throw yesterday. Had her as the champion yesterday in the shot put. And actually, I apologize. We just finished up yesterday. It was Monday, Tuesday. I get my days confused. But the program placed 5th overall at the Indoor Track and Field Championships, which is actually a high for us in the Sun Belt rankings there. It's the highest we've been in the track program before. Track's a tough sport, too, because if you don't have all the different events, you can lose out on some points. And so Coach Davis has really been building up that program. So to see that in his short time here at Troy, he's been able to build us up into a contender now, it's really great to see that.
He goes after wins. And, of course, now, tell us a little bit about him. He comes from up north, doesn't he?
He came to us from Yale. He's from Pennsylvania.
Yale? You mean we got a coach from Yale?
He's also from Pennsylvania, so he's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. I know during the Super Bowl, I was talking to him about that when he actually had green lights all around his house to celebrate. So he was fired up about the Eagles winning. I was excited just because the Patriots lost. But he's got some actual ties up there in Philadelphia.
I tell you what, people found out that probably the top sports city in the nation is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They take it serious, don't they?
They take it serious. They love their Eagles up
over
there.
1 million. Why did over 1 million people came out after that game?
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Crazy?
I'm not surprised at all.
Man, that was unbelievable. And then but it's a great time to ride after you win a championship.
Certainly it is. And hopefully for us, hopefully we get a chance to celebrate a championship here in the next few weeks of basketball.
I would love for him to come on because he brings a lot of experience to our track program. And have you walked on the new track?
I have. It's a great facility and surface there for us. It took us a
people
while
in
to get
our
it
community
installed.
have utilized those tracks. I reckon they can continue to use it. Is that right?
They can. It's one of the few in the area here as well too. So we're lucky to have a great facility.
Does it have
like
a lot of spring to it?
It does. So it's really great for your student athletes to not have that wear and tear in your joints.
Now I noticed something. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do notice little things. I noticed that this track has sort of an oval Is that right?
That's correct.
Mike, when have you seen a track that has an oval? And this is the state of the
The
art.
only thing I need to know is if I walk a lap or if I walk 4 laps, is it still a mile?
It
That's
is.
my only concern.
It is.
But isn't that sort of state of the art to have a track that has the oval? You understand what I'm talking about?
It's definitely
rises a little
it's
bit.
a new service. They gave you more cushion and balance to it as well too. So the previous track had shown some age, so this is definitely a front burner issue for us to get that replaced.
We'll probably have some high school.
No, I'm actually glad that happened. I remember I was on that track probably 2 or 3 years ago, and it was really aging, so I'm glad they replaced it.
Yeah. But
The track used to actually be in the football stadium years ago.
Right.
Yeah, and it was really a great setting, and but we'll probably have some high school meets there.
I'm sure we probably will.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course, Kyle George has been our guest this morning, ladies and gentlemen, and of course it does a super job. You and Brent, y'all are quite a team. Now, of course, I'll have that information to you on the Archer group,
right.
and you'll call them out real quick during the first time out. We'll be talking about that more. But they'll be there on Saturday for you to meet and greet, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Other things going on, and of course you feel it's pretty much full of information. This Troy baseball team, off to a good start, looks to maybe have the pitching to go a long ways. What do you think?
I hope so. Pitching and hitting wise, we really showed up very strong against UT Martin. The pitchers really stood out for us too. When you can limit a team, it doesn't matter who you're playing. If you play them 4 times in a weekend, you're going to have some runs given up there. But you look at the way our pitching staff operated there. For the most part, the guys came out, had great command all weekend long. I know Coach Smart was glad to get a chance to get most of the guys from the bullpen out there, get a chance to get them some work in early on the season. But the lineup for us right now, that's the part that's got everybody talking, because Matt Sanders, our shortstop,
man, unreal.
When your leadoff batter hits 3 home runs, is leading the country in home runs right
That's
now.
right. Bench 500 for the weekend.
He's got his same total from all of last season on home runs. And then Joey Dennison back in the lineup had a great night on Friday when he first came back into the lineup. The other guys like Cole Prestegard, he's a new face in that lineup, a left-handed bat over at first base. He had a great home run for us as well.
The early kid, Mike, I want you to hear this.
Early, right?
The early kid is a real good friend of his parents are real good friends of Dr. Walter Gay Pittman. Did you know that?
I think we lost Mike. I think he had to step away.
Walter Gay Pittman is one of our cousins, and he was telling me, he said, I want you to know that one of my secretaries, he's Walter Gay Pittman, the doctor, retired in Birmingham, and he's from Geneva, Alabama, originally growing up. But he one of the people who worked for him, son is this early kid from Hoover, I reckon, somewhere in Birmingham.
Okay. Alabaster.
Alabaster, okay,
That's
yeah.
right.
And he's really a fine player, and I wanted to pass the word to him that your friend's son hit a home run for us the other day. So
he's going to be a good two-way player because he can come in and pitch for you as well too.
Well,
there's a few of those guys in this roster that can have that two-way capability for you.
Is there anything you don't know about Troy sports?
I can't say I know it all.
I've never had a guy sit down with me that tells me more about what's going on, and I do appreciate it very much. And we're going to have our alumni meeting. We have a alumni National Alumni Workshop this weekend too.
Yes, sir.
Which you're invited for breakfast Saturday morning.
Well, thank you, appreciate
we'll have
that.
a buffet breakfast at the Stadium Club, so you'll enjoy that and get started. And it's going to be a great weekend for the Troy people out there, and excitement galore. I do want to mention one more time. We'll do that when we come back. But of course, Charles Simpson's playing Faith, but your old alma mater, Hoover, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Hoover University, isn't it?
It's a big school.
But I couldn't help but notice here that Hoover, out of Birmingham, ladies and gentlemen, let's see, wait a minute, right here. Yeah. Hoover is 20, well, gosh.
They've had a good year, I know.
They're having a great 29-1, I think is what it is. They're in 7A, and have a great team, and we're going to be watching that. Of course, everybody's excited about if they can win here in Dothan today, the what they call the Southern Regionals, then they go to Birmingham and play in that monster auditorium there.
Right over the BJCC.
Yeah, I hear, and you're a good guy to ask this question to. Birmingham is building or is trying to build a new football stadium. Was that approved?
I believe it's in the process right now still. There's still quite a few more approval processes that they go through, but that'd be a great thing for the city of Birmingham if they're able to make that work.
Of course, they're already doing, building a lot of hotels down there and then making it a nice area. But they also plan on renovating that giant Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center, which holds, 18,000 people?
There's quite a few people can hold there. It's been home to quite a few great events. I know there's been several basketball tournaments. You've had several sporting events throughout the years have been there, as well as concerts and such. So it's a great facility there.
No question about it. And so we look forward to it. Of course, again, a huge weekend if you're a Trojan. And, of course, we're all Trojans. And, of course, starts with the baseball game in Auburn today at 4 o'clock. And then, of course, the girls' game, women's game will start at 5. Oh, excuse me.
Yes, sir. 5 o'clock on Thursday.
We'll start at 5 o'clock on Thursday.
7:15 for the men on Thursday.
7:15 for the men, and again, a great opportunity to bring your kids and get in free for all those kids 12 and under. And then, of course, a wonderful weekend planned, and of course, we got another big basketball game in here on Saturday, and that girls' game starts at 6.
2 o'clock.
So starts at 2.
Saturday will be 2 o'clock for women, 4:15 for men.
2 and 4:15, and of course it'll be a great opportunity to see the Trojans as we try to turn this thing around and head toward the playoffs.
That'll also be senior day as well for us.
Oh yeah, so you'll introduce the girls and the boys, the seniors.
So the way we'll do senior day this year might be a little bit different than years past. I believe it's the same as it's been in most years here for us. But during halftime of the women's game, we're going to recognize our cheer seniors. We've got some great cheerleaders.
Sure,
part of us the entire season, helping out with football, baseball, basketball, all of that. So we'll get a chance to recognize them. Pre-game of the men's game. So make sure you're in your seats early on for the men's game.
Exactly.
Recognize our basketball seniors. We have 2 managers as well as 4 senior players. One of those being Wesley Person, the all-time leading scorer.
Right.
I know Wesley, a local guy here from Brantley who's done well for us.
No question about it.
So a chance to recognize these guys and give them the proper due respect for their careers. And then halftime of the men's game, we're going to have our 2 women's basketball seniors come out. They get a chance to finish their game up, come out during halftime of the men's game. 2 seniors, and Chelsea Gibson, number 33, and number 32, Deja Williams, who have both been 2 key members of our program.
Again, this guy knows, John, and I love you for it. I tell you, I think it's great that you get so involved, not only in promoting Troy University, and of course your title is what?
Associate Athletic Director for Marketing and Sales.
And for Marketing and Sales, but you get to know the programs, and I know that helps out Jeremy, the athletic director, because you do keep up with a lot, and he can't keep up with everything.
Well, he does a good job keeping up with pretty much everything. He's very in tune with it.
All right, that's your position, and then Brent Jones.
Brent is Deputy Athletic Director for External Affairs.
And y'all been together a long time, and
we have.
And you'll have a headset. He'll have a headset, and my buddy from Slidell will have a headset.
I try to keep Brent off headset so I can do my own thing, and he doesn't bother me at all.
And then my buddy from Slidell,
Jonathan,
Johnson, and he'll be there, and then Steve is also there. Is that right?
We got a great staff that helps out with everything. It's more than just 1 or 2 people. It's the whole staff that helps put on all these events. And we're really fortunate to have a great program that helps out with everything.
How important is it, in your opinion, that we are a D1 city?
Oh, absolutely. It's certainly a key part for us, not just as an athletic program, but as a university. And a lot of times the athletic department is the front porch of the university. And so a lot of times, as we're talking about going up to Greenville last year and being part of the NCAA tournament against Duke, people start learning more about Troy University and finding out what a great school this is. We had some folks on campus yesterday that is their first time coming down to campus, and they were coming to check out our athletic facilities. But in the process, they see how beautiful Troy is. That's where, if we can continue to be that front porch and help draw more and more people to Troy University, we're in a lot of ways we're this hidden jewel, but we're trying to be unhidden now, trying to be more relevant and seen by people.
Well, I know for you to work here, it has to excite you to see that we're on a grow. I mean, everything we're doing is positive. We're growing not only as a university but as a community. And of course, this wellness center is going to just put the icing on the cake. Isn't
Oh,
it?
it certainly will. No, students are very excited about that. That's going to be a great addition for both current students as well as future
I
students.
mean, you'll probably like to go up there and work out yourself.
I wouldn't mind that. The way it looks, it's going to be fantastic. You have the pools
Yeah,
out there, all the basketball
exactly.
courts, the indoor tracks. I mean, it's going to be state-of-the-art facility.
And we're going to end up with enough parking, you reckon?
We've actually got more parking spots on the way as well. I know that's something that's always key to have on a college campus.
I hate to see them tear down Sartain Hall, though. Is that going to happen?
I think it's in the plans. I don't know if it's finalized.
It wasn't
yet.
that a beautiful old gym, though?
It is. You know, I
sat on the front row. I had a great seat.
I've never been to an actual game there, but as we were talking about Sanford earlier, I remember those games in Cybert Hall
Yeah,
where it's
that's
very
right.
similar, where everybody's on top of the action.
Exactly.
Those are fun basketball facilities to be a part of.
No question about it. And of course, you know, the more and more people that watch this show and keep up with Troy athletics, it's a delight to have a guy that's so knowledgeable of the total program right here at
Well,
Troy.
thank you.
And we appreciate you very much, my
Yes,
friend.
sir.
We'll be back with more of Today in LA after this.
The new Smokehouse Pizza from Little Caesars is our first pizza with 3 smoked meats. So we got barbecue champion Big Mo Quezon to test it out. 8-hour smoked brisket.
Certified beefified.
10-hour smoked pulled pork.
Certified hoggified.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Certified baconfied.
Drizzled with tangy barbecue sauce plus a Smokehouse seasoned crust.
Certified smokified.
The new Smokehouse Pizza. Only $9 and only at Little Caesars.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
It's going to be a fun game. Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, and I tell you what, hey, do we have a jewel over at the athletic department?
Definitely. I thoroughly enjoyed sitting there listening to him.
George, ladies and gentlemen, is so informative and understands so much about the program and what's going on, and it's really good. And Donna, let me see what we got here. Of course, Donna McClaney is with us. Donna McClaney Jones.
That's right.
And and of course, you wearing another hat. Is that right?
I am. I'm here to talk about the Pike County Heart Walk.
Okay.
That's going to take place tomorrow night from 5:30 to 7:30.
Yeah.
We will start registering at 5:30. At 5:15 probably. And we will have entertainment. Lenny Trawick will be our entertainer.
Wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about track. We will start walking at 6 o'clock.
Good.
And they'll walk from 6 to 7. The first lap will be at Survivors. You know, the first lap.
And this is going to be at the
Troy Recreation Department. Yes, definitely. But we have a fun night planned. The track is 1/9 of a mile.
That's right.
You know,
and,
y'all were talking about track
and
there that was a full mile.
It's a wonderful track to walk
it
around.
is.
Yeah.
It's excellent. It's excellent. But we have children's activities planned for the children. We have the Troy University football players will be there.
Great.
Right. They'll have pictures and they'll do autographs. You know,
Yeah.
they support us every year.
Sure.
We appreciate all the volunteers that put a lot of
Yeah,
hard
no
work and
question.
effort into this. We will have entertainment. Lenny Trawick.
Yeah. Boy, he is
He
great.
does a great job,
Yeah.
and he will be playing from about 5:30 on.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I say, we'll be on the track from about 6 to 7, and then we'll stop, and we will award prizes
Yeah.
and for the most laps, and we'll have door prizes as well.
Yeah. Now, how does that work? Now, like, let's just say I went out and I walked 5 or 10 miles. Do you have
Well,
somebody?
we do it by laps. We give
Or
people
5
Yeah.
or 10 laps.
I was fixing to say, I couldn't probably do 10 miles, but
Yeah.
anyway, we count the laps. We
Yeah.
have volunteers upstairs,
Yeah.
you know, and they mark. We give everybody a card when they come in and register, and they mark the cards when they come around to the checkpoint, more or
Yeah.
less, and they have to slow down a little bit, but.
Yeah.
To mark those cards, but
well,
then
that's
they
what
will
we
be
want.
counted, and we will give a prize, a cash donation to the person that walks the most
Sure.
laps.
Sure. Now, they're not going to let Wendell Wade Tatum walk, are they?
Well, yes, we sure. We'll let anybody walk that wants to walk.
Wendell Wade's a good friend of mine. Of course, Wendell Wade's
He walks
is 80
a
years
lot.
old, and boy, he walks and walks fast.
He does. He does.
What a great facility
lot of
we
them
have
do.
right here in Troy at the Troy Sportsplex, and wonderful indoor facility and so forth. And we're looking forward to the Heart Walk. Now, is my good friend Jim O'Neill and
Oh, definitely.
gonna be there?
Definitely. Mr.
How
Jim
about
O'Neill,
the good doctor? Is he
Gino
gonna be there?
Master,
Gino Master?
yes. They are both
For
wonderful
years and years,
volunteers.
they've been coming on our show promoting that, and
Uh-huh.
they have really done a great job.
Oh, they do, and all the team, everybody, all the volunteers that they put out a lot of effort and work to make this a successful campaign and to raise funds, for research for the Heart
Exactly right.
Association.
So we'll have fried chicken, French fries, and
no.
fried hamburgers, and fried this and fried that. Boy, some of the best fried food, catfish.
We're going to have a light meal.
I'm being facetious,
Heart
ladies and
healthy.
gentlemen.
He
Hey,
definitely
you
is.
don't have fried food at a Heart.
No.
And you know this. If I could stay away from fried foods, if I could stay away from sweets, right there alone would be good, a lot better health than I'm
yeah.
putting myself
Yeah.
in. Stay away from candy. Boy,
Well,
nobody likes almond joy like I do.
Well, I snook one the other night. Don't
Yeah.
tell anybody.
but what I'm saying, if you could do that
Mhm.
and be conscious of your heart, and stay away from the fried catfish, make it grilled instead of fried, and or take the skin. I grill chicken a lot,
Right.
and when I get a lot of times I just do the drumstick. To me, that's my favorite piece of a chicken anyway. And I take the skin off, and I cook it on my grill, and it's just as good or better,
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And especially with some good barbecue sauce on it. But
Yeah.
A lot of what we eat has to do with what kind of health we have.
Oh,
don't you agree?
it does. And the fact that we
My wife
don't
tells me that
exercise,
every night.
an estimated 1 in 3 individuals, they don't get exercise in either. There are a lot of risk factors out there, people high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes,
Exactly.
that contribute to your heart disease, your weight,
And
physical.
I've got all of that. All
Yeah.
of that. I minus that, minus that, minus that. You're right.
Physical inactivity, smoking,
Sure.
Diet.
Yeah.
They're
Let's
all
just say
factors
this. I quit
against
smoking in 1989, the night my daddy died, and he was a long-time smoker.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not touched a cigarette since. If I could do everything else that way,
Right.
I would be a lot better off.
Definitely.
But again, we can do something about it if we will, and be more conscious of it. You know, and so
Definitely.
forth.
And you know, exercise. You know, if you could get 30 minutes in a day, you
Yeah.
don't have to. You could do it in 10-minute segments or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, you don't have to do it all at one time.
And let me tell you a little thing that you'll laugh when I say this, but like when I go to the drugstore downtown, I park at the other end of the square to have a longer walk.
Right.
I figure 150 yards going, 150 yards back. That's 300 yards I've used up right there. But what I'm saying, I always try to park farther away from things just to give me more room to walk.
Well, I think about it. I don't always do it, but I
Yeah.
do think about, well, I need to park at the other end of the Walmart
Yeah.
parking lot.
And
or,
then every
like you
morning
say,
I
on the
walk
square.
to get my paper, which is another 100 yards, and then 100 yards back, and another 50 yards going in the house and back out. I mean, you'd be surprised
Definitely.
how much walking you do and don't realize it. But I think what we ought to be more conscious of is more of a brisk walk. You know,
Right, right.
more of a workout type walk. You know.
I think you're supposed to walk briskly and then slow down and, you know, then speed up and things like
Exactly,
that. That's
yeah.
supposed to be better for you.
Donna, of course, ladies and gentlemen, has been on this show so many times with Salvation Army. Do you still work with them too?
Definitely.
And of course, you do a great job.
Yeah,
and,
I do.
I've got to mention something, Donna. Just this weekend, I lost a good friend of mine, Bert Fridlin.
Yes, I knew
what
Mr.
a great
Bert.
guy! What a great
He
guy!
was a wonderful
And
individual.
And the size of the funeral, you know, he was from Okeechobee or something, Indiana. What was the name of it?
I don't
But what I'm
remember.
saying, you know,
Yeah.
of course, lived in Atlanta and was a lobbyist there, and with the Georgia legislature for 25, 30 years,
Mhm.
and then of course she married Ginger Davis, one of my classmates, and that's how I first knew him. And of course, he moves back to Troy and retires, and joins Calvary Baptist Church, and you know, and he got me involved in. Well, of course, I got involved with Reverend Bush,
Right.
and you know, but Bert was such a strong leader in that church. But what it taught me is that if you wherever you go and whatever you do, if you're involved, people know it, and people sort of attract to you as far
Right.
as our church. You know, he no telling how many people he brought to our church and how many people were at that funeral. I want to mention the folks at you know, Benny and Chrissy, you know, Pinkard, and of course their wonderful facility on Highway 230. I mean Highway 29, Highway 10, which is right here in Troy, and what a wonderful job they did, and we appreciate them so much. You know, providing us with a wonderful, what I call when somebody dies, a good. What would it be? A good so long, you know.
Yeah, they do
And
an
it was.
of job
They
out
really
there. I've
do,
been
and-
to several.
And they're one of my sponsors today,
funerals
and of
that-
course, we appreciate all of what they do for our community. Of course, this Heart Walk is something that we look forward to every year, and it's a good fundraiser, and
It is.
then most of this money will stay in our area. Is that right?
That's correct. We have sponsors, you know, who will be recognized.
Yeah.
We have a large banner that will be hanging over the railing of the track. You know, they will be recognized. We have merchants who have contributed door prizes, you know, that we will be drawing for. This will all start at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, the walk will be from 6 to 7. And then, you know, we'll start the giving out door prizes and, you know,
Yeah.
calling out the winners and everything.
Well, y'all
you
do
know,
a
from the
wonderful
walk.
job, and it's a lot of fun. And how about kids? Can kids come out?
Oh,
and walk?
definitely. We will have a kids' activity area.
Yeah.
You know, if they're young, we prefer they be with an adult if they get on the track.
Of course, the track is located up. You ride the elevator upstairs to the track.
And there's some stairs over there too. You can get up there with the stairs.
What I like about it is they play old music. They got a sound system that's really neat. And also, you can look down over the gymnasiums, and it's beautiful. It's really a great facility, and I tell you, nobody does a better job than Brother Smith out there.
That's right. Dan does an excellent job, and we appreciate all that the Troy Rec Department does for us, and facilitates, us being able to use their facility. They do a great job, and they're a great help, and of course we appreciate all the volunteers who put forth the effort. I mean, we have students from the university that come over and help us that night and that afternoon. We will be serving, sandwiches and chips and a
of course,
protein bar, probably, and drinks.
Heart disease has had an effect on a lot of mostly all of us.
In fact, I
doubt if there's anybody out there that have not had some loved one that either died of heart disease or has heart disease now, and are under medication for heart disease. And I'll be honest with you, I've had stents myself, and heart disease is one of the largest. I reckon maybe the leading cause of death. Is that right?
It is. It's the leading cause of the death in the U.S. And every 3 deaths are from heart disease.
Yeah, and of course,
and stroke, of course.
Now, I know you're asked this all the time. Just us talking with them, and you talking here. What can we, other than exercise and the diet? Those are the 2 main things: exercise and diet. Is that right?
Well, yes.
And go and see your doctor regularly.
Right. Control your weight. Quit smoking if you smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not good for you. And any doctor, my doctor tells me every time I go in there, you need to walk.
Yeah.
That's the most important activity.
You know what?
He says you can get off X number of medicines.
Exactly. You know what? The heart is. I'm gonna find my mic now. I've got it down here. There we go. But the heart is your motor.
Right.
Your heart is your motor, and it pumps the blood that goes out that makes the other part of your body function. Mm-hmm. That's why we've got to. So that motor doesn't need a lot of weight. Let's just say this: a dump truck carrying a load of rock. Well, it is if you're walking around with a dump truck with a load of rocks. It's a lot tougher on the heart than if you didn't have a dump truck. With just a dump truck instead of a load of rocks. If that's a good way to explain it.
And you don't want to wait till it's too late,
exactly.
Until you start having problems.
Exactly.
You need to go ahead and take care of your health.
No question about it.
Beforehand, my husband was a healthy person. He had a massive heart attack, no problems whatsoever.
The genes have a lot to do with it, don't they?
I guess so. But he's been gone almost 11 years now. He was young.
Yeah.
And I know it has no age.
Wasn't taking any medication. Didn't know any.
He was not taking very little medication, if any. You just never know.
Yeah, here's our call coming in. Okay. Good morning. You're on Today in LA. How you doing?
Hey, I was just calling back.
Mike Amos calling in, and Donna, I appreciate you coming in. And of course, you do so much to help our community, not only the Heart Fund.
Well, thank you. I enjoy it.
Of course, y'all do a great job with Salvation Army. I had some of that delicious camp stew last night, and you know what I did? I sneaked in and poured some butter beans in there.
Oh, really? Well, hey.
Well, you know what I said? I like butter beans in mine. That's the only difference. Wonderful camp stew.
Some people put it over rice.
Oh yeah, that's right. But I thought this batch was. I call it this batch. They make it different times.
We do.
Who made this batch?
Well, volunteers. We used Carter. He was not in the country. He is not in the country now. But we used his recipe, of course, And you know, it turns
much-
out different every
Yeah.
time. We made a good 600.
Yeah.
Plus
How many quarts did y'all
quarts.
sell?
I don't really know. I know we have a few left in the
All right,
freezer.
so you can go by there today.
can
and
still
say,
get some.
How much is it? $10.
$10 a quart.
And I
tax
promise
deductible.
you'll love it. And it's at least 2 meals there, or unless you want one big meal.
Yeah, it's a good 3 or 4 meals for me, but
And it
you
is
know,
delicious.
it is delicious. You know,
And it's easy to prepare and everything. You know?
and if you want to take it somewhere, to a potluck or you know,
Exactly right.
somebody's house, whatever.
As
It's
far
good.
as Camp Stew goes, what all does he put in it?
Well, we put corn and potatoes, and we put chicken, beef, and pork in there. Of course,
So y'all do chicken, beef, and pork.
yes, we do all three.
Do you pull the meat off the bone and put in there, or how do you? Or do y'all
No,
put
we
it in
have
a,
boneless
They leave
chicken.
bones in there for you.
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, boneless chicken.
Boneless
And
chicken
pulled
thighs.
barbecue, is that right?
Well,
Pulled
we use pork loins and we slice them before we,
Yeah.
cook them, of course. And then we use, I think it's top browned.
So you're right there
Steak.
involved with the cooking a
Oh,
lot?
definitely. And the
God.
slicing and the dicing.
That is a
you know.
lot of work, isn't it?
Did y'all put tomatoes or tomato paste?
Both tomatoes, some
But you don't
some
overload
tomato
it.
paste.
You don't overload it at all with tomatoes, do you?
No, we use diced tomatoes. I don't like big chunks of tomatoes
Yeah.
in anything
Oh,
I
my
eat.
goodness, I don't either. Dad loves
You know, but these are diced tomatoes, and of course they cook down as it cooks.
Yeah.
And we let the meat.
You put in potatoes in there?
Oh yes, definitely potatoes.
Yeah.
What about onions? The onions go in?
Onions,
But you know,
onions
this
go
last
in.
batch I had didn't have a real lot of potatoes in it. Didn't seem like.
Well, it had as much as we normally
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
you know,
exactly. Where,
so-
y'all just chop up and peel the potatoes and all that?
No, we
Y'all don't,
we
y'all
buy
don't
them
use veg-all, do
in
you?
a big can.
You don't use veg-all?
No, we don't.
You don't have carrots in yours either,
No,
do you? So really it's different.
I wouldn't want
Yeah.
carrots. Everything she says they put in it sounds good to me.
Yeah.
It is. You need to come get you some.
And it is available at their offices on South Grundy Street. And you just pull in there and say, give me 2 quarts of Camp Stew.
Yeah, just come in.
And
We'd
then
be
go
glad to
sit
give
it
to
on the
you.
counter and it'll thaw out on its own, won't it?
Definitely, yeah. It doesn't take long to thaw out. You know, you can put it on your stove,
Yeah.
once it's set out for a little bit and
Exactly
cook
right.
it and it's ready in
Well, it
just
is.
a few minutes.
It is very good. And
Yeah.
like I said, I had it last night and enjoyed it very much. And been a great show today. And of course, we appreciate people like Donna, who's been on our show many times. And with the Heart Walk going on, it's not much difference in the Heart Walk and the cancer relay for life.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 2 diseases that we just really need to find a cure for.
Oh, definitely.
And
it takes research, to do this.
Yeah.
So
But,
that's where this money's going.
another thing, I have people to tell me, say, well, you just mentioned that your husband died of a heart attack and never had a problem. Well, I think after you get a certain age, I think everybody needs a yearly checkup, or at least 2 yearly checkups every 6 months.
Oh,
Don't you
definitely.
agree?
Oh, I do.
And if you got a problem, address the problem. And of course, a lot of times, like in your case, you might find out that there's a problem that you didn't realize, and you were able to do something about it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's too late if you don't stay on top of things.
My son has high
health-wise.
blood pressure, and he needs to address it, at a young age. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I had a stress test the other day.
How did you do?
I did fine. I didn't realize I was going to be climbing up a mountain.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. And I'm joking about this, but
Yeah,
it's the truth.
yeah.
They try to make you have a heart attack.
It's tough, I tell you.
But you know what? To me,
The worst thing about it was, I don't know if I told you the story, Dad. I walk in there, and I'm at St. Vincent's Hospital in Birmingham, and they tell me to lift my shirt up. The next thing I know, the doctor's got like some dull razor, and she is just whacking my chest hair off.
well, be glad she did.
I was
Be glad she did and didn't rip it off. You know, a lot of them don't even go to that kind of care.
Y'all not gonna give shaving cream? Nothing. I said I've never shaved my chest in my life. She said this will make you feel better, and she's like, it's a handful of alcohol.
Then you tell him, he said, ma'am, it took me 40 years to grow those hairs on my chest.
Seriously though, I mean, I ain't come to get tortured.
Well, did you pass your test, I hope?
Yeah, I passed my test, but God, no.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We appreciate
well,
Express Oil
you're
Change
young.
on the bypass, the place to have your oil change. But Mike, again, did you? I'll tell you my story. Now they put you on that tram, and make you go.
You're hooked up all the wires.
Yeah, and it made you go as far as you could go. How far did you go?
I mean, they made me go basically as fast as I could go. I was like going like 4 miles an hour straight uphill.
For how long did you keep it going?
Whatever, as long as she made me do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I just kept on doing whatever she told me to do.
Well, instead of waiting for me, big old me, to get my heart rate, they're trying to build your heart rate up as far as they can do, so they'll see, if there's any damage or anything. But with me, they give me a shot, and it feels like somebody stepping on or standing on your chest, Mike. But they give you a shot instead. Well, for somebody they don't think that can get their heart rate up.
We done got too old and dilapidated.
They give me a shot, and
I'll speak for myself.
I think about it. I'd rather have the shot and get it over with, you know.
Yeah, and that wasn't fun either. I've had that done.
I've got 2 little babies, 18-month-old and a 4-month-old. They've just caused a lot of stress in my life.
Yeah.
No.
But did you turn out have a pretty good test?
Yeah. I mean, everything was fine.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
good.
Of course, you.
I will say peace of mind there. I mean, I'm glad I did it. So.
Oh yeah, you ought to do it.
I mean, that's the way you got to be.
Yeah.
I go in every 6 months, like you said, for checkups. So.
Well, see, you're overweight, and you need to do something about it. And I'm overweight and need to do something about it. And and of course.
Yeah, I didn't realize I put on baby weight. When my wife had 2 babies, I put on baby weight.
All right, Donna. All right, Mike, if you'll stop eating fried food, you think you could do that?
I gave up fried food for Lent. So
you gave up fried food for Lent.
Last week.
Somebody told me they gave up Crown for Lent the other day.
Crown Royal?
Yeah.
Well,
they gave up Crown for Lent.
They gave something up.
All right. If you stayed away from fried food, sugar, and that is so hard to stay away from sugar because everything, even when you eat potatoes or so many things that even fruit,
foods.
even fruit turns to sugar. You know, it's just it's hard.
I mean, it's all hereditary though. I mean, like Blake Crow, one of my best friends, lives in Birmingham, lives around the corner from me, and he grew up eating Crow's chicken and grew up eating Rook's Pizza and whatever restaurant his dad had at the time. And Blake runs 5 miles a day. He's about 6'1", all muscle, about 165 pounds, but he has to go do stress tests. It's all about hereditary.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't matter about weight.
The healthiest looking person, it can hit them anytime.
I got a friend of mine that walks up.
Cheryl Crow, his dad, Cheryl.
Yeah, sure.
Had that before. So.
I've got a good friend of mine that walks up and then down Thrill Hill every day. And I'd ask him why he does it. He says, "Well, I need to stay in shape. I've got heart disease in my family.
Yeah,
and there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just that, like Mike said, hereditary.
Definitely.
You can walk up Curl Hill every day, Dad. That'd be a good test for you.
That's a pretty good walk, no question about it. But also, I will recommend though, to stay away from fried foods if you can, to stay away from sweets and breads and anything that'll make you fat.
and exercise.
And then exercise.
Yeah, you gotta exercise.
Definitely. That's important.
No thing about it. And make yourself do it. And maybe I hope I've learned something today, Mike. I hope that I've been motivated to do something about it. And, I would think you gave up fried food for Lent.
When you go to Burns Drugs today, you're not going to get the bacon?
Boy, it's hard not to get the bacon or the grits.
Well, you just have to do things
or
in
the
moderation sometimes.
Or the eggs.
As long as you do it in moderation and don't overdo it. That's where the problem comes in.
Exactly right. Of course, we appreciate our sponsors this morning, and of course, a lot of our sponsors are sponsors of the Heart Walk. And
yes.
Joe Watson at Bird Drugs is one of our great sponsors, and Adam Renfro at Hooks Barbecue. What a great place to eat today. And of course, want to mention my good friend Jeremy Ferret is at the owner of Pike County Ford on the bypass right here in Troy, where they'll give you $5,000 if somebody that can beat their price, Mike. So
yeah, I used to see Jeremy Ferret on TV up in Birmingham a lot when he owned a car dealership up there. So
well, he's quite a guy, and he's moving his family.
Experience.
And he's moving 4 beautiful girls to Troy, and he's an outstanding individual. And of course, he's here to sell Fords, Mike.
Well, I would imagine he'll sell a few down there.
No question about it.
There's a lot of car dealerships in small town Troy, Alabama. I tell you, there's a lot of options.
Yeah,
no question
true.
about it. And of course, he's got a great selection of Ford cars and trucks to choose from. He can get you any car you want. Now, you know, sure, he's a Ford dealer, but hey, he can buy you. He can buy you any car anywhere in the country.
How long have you had your Ford truck now? You probably had that Ford truck 12 years at least, haven't you?
How about 240,000 miles?
Wow.
I know that's been a good drive. We've been to many ball games.
I do recommend a Ford truck. It's really a great truck, no question about it. Want to mention also our good friends at Piggly Wiggly, and let's take a look at some of their sales today. I tell you, they've been putting their T-bone steaks, Mike, on sale, and they are just outstanding. And of course, you know, the T-bone steak has the filet on one side and the New York strip on the other side. I don't know which one to eat first.
I know.
Oh boy,
they are good. I do.
No question
shop
about
in there
it.
a lot.
And we appreciate them so
So
much.
what time you get on the road today heading to Auburn?
It'll be this afternoon. The game's at 4 o'clock. You know, I might just take it easy, and here we go. In a way that, as we mentioned, this is low.
You think Larry Blakeney will drop by?
You know, I might call him and see if I can meet with him. You know, and of course, you know, Larry's an old friend, and you know, it would be good to see him. Speaking of T-bone steaks, they've got T-bone steaks $5.97 a pound at Piggly Wiggly. They got the sirloin pork chops 98 cents. Now,
it's a good diet.
I don't know if this is good with your diet or not, but what I do, I like to get a casserole dish, spray the bottom, then put the rice in. And
use brown rice,
get cream
yellow
of mushroom,
rice.
get a cream of mushroom soup, and stir it in real good. And
right.
So I've got my rice.
Then you get a whole bottle of Worcestershire sauce.
No, I do add Worcester to it. Then I put the pork chops on top of it,
right.
put it in the oven for an hour at 350, and it's really good.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds easy.
All right, sliced bacon right now. How about this? 2 packs for $6, and that's Sunnyland.
That's a really good
That
deal.
sure is on bacon.
Yeah.
It's really expensive.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Anytime I go buy bacon now in Birmingham, it's over
That's
$5.
right. That's why you got to go to Piggly Wiggly, which is right around the corner from you.
Well, I mean, I live on River Road off Overton here, in between Mountain Brook and Cahaba Heights, and we have a pig, you know, literally less than half a mile from my house.
Yeah, and everybody goes there too.
Oh,
It's a
definitely.
real
Yeah.
unique place.
Yeah.
This Piggly Wiggly there.
Yeah, we have like a salad bar, and we have the Trio Market where we have, you know, soups and salad and sushi bar now. And
all right, so the
T-bone
T-bone steaks
is really good, but I can't have that anymore.
The T-bone steaks are grilled. They've got whole fryers for 95 cents a pound. Now, when's the last time you cut up a chicken?
I don't know, but the first time I did, I cried.
Yeah.
I did. I cried.
Well, I got a friend of mine in Greenville that makes a lot of chicken salad, and what he does, he takes advantage of these buys on these whole fryers, and he cuts them up. And,
I love a good homemade chicken salad.
I know it. And he
Oh,
makes
definitely.
It. Of course, he's got Foster Farms wings, $6.95. They've got pig feet. Hey, pig feet. $169 for a family pack. I know you
I'll
love
let
that.
them keep those.
Are they pickled pig feet?
I don't know, but don't tell me you like pickled eggs or pickled pig feet. Now, please don't tell me that.
I was trying to explain to people down in Birmingham one day. They didn't believe me that they actually used to sell clay that people would eat.
But I've seen people reach in there and get with those eggs. Oh, gosh, that don't do anything for me, I promise.
No.
Isn't that true, though, that some people eat clay?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. Some
do.
people eat clay. They feel like it's got a certain...
I have seen it, for
I bet
sale
I too.
in some of these little stores and all.
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you've enjoyed the show. Remember, Sister is open for a buffet today, Mike. Buffet at Sister's today. I might wait till the buffet's over before I head toward Auburn, Mike, if you want to answer that question for you.
I figured you might drive through Montgomery and hit Martin's.
Yeah, that's right. Boy, I do love Martin's.
Never been there.
You never eaten at Martin's? Oh, boy, I love it. Love their coconut pie. Another bad
Which
thing.
is not good for us.
And, of course, Piggly Wiggly's got these little pecan pies I love. Oh, 2 for $1.
Yeah.
They're the best pecan pies in the world.
Oh, you're making me hungry. I haven't had breakfast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed our show. Brought to you by Bancorp South, located on the bypass right here in Troy, formerly the Pinkett Agency, and we appreciate them very much. All of our sponsors, Jean's Flowers, we appreciate them. We hope your Heart Fund works great.
Thank you, Mike.
And of course,
appreciate
that will be
it.
tomorrow night.
Well,
starting
everybody
at 6 o'clock.
come out. Starts at 5:30.
5:30,
Yes.
and then the walk starts at 6. Is that right?
That's correct.
And
Everybody come out. It's a
and
fun
if you
time.
haven't donated to the Heart Fund, you need to do so to help raise money to prevent heart disease. We hope that you've had a great morning with us, so we'll come back on today at 1:30. Thank you, Kyle George, for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, for Today in L.A. Is she doing good?